All right, everybody. Hope you guys all had a fantastic weekend. I sure did. The Seahawks won. It was absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Excuse me. Been talking a lot over the last 24 hours, arguing, yelling, talking about how bad that halftime show was, talking about how great the Seahawks played, how horrible the Patriots were. A lot of stuff happened this week. A lot of stuff happened. So, we're going to have a chill day. It's not going to be as long as normal because we can't really do much trading right now because the 4-hour chart really isn't giving us anything that great. I wish it was. I'll let you guys know about that next few minutes, but we're not really seeing many trade opportunities that follow my particular strategy. So what I want to do is go over what happened in the stock market, go over what happened in cryptocurrency today, look at some of the heat maps, see what's moving, see what's not, check out the overall portfolio that we've been building up here, and then if you guys have any questions on Bitcoin and stuff like that, we can talk about it. But we will be diving in a little bit into some of the technicals of Bitcoin and just what I'm seeing and what I'm not. And then also we're going to be talking about a couple of the videos I have coming out this week. They're going to be pretty fun. I just put out a members video for you guys today. So if you guys are members and you guys haven't seen the video, go to the main page. You guys will see it under the members video section. Came out earlier today. And then I'm excited to show you guys the few videos I'm going to be making for you guys this week. I think 3 is going to be good enough because turns out what's happening is I put it up and I put another video up too fast, and I guess it's just messing up the algorithm somehow. I don't know. But this is a new way. So Loki wants to say hello. Oh, he went to go grab his toy, but he was mid jump up here a few seconds ago. This week is just going to be more of one of those, like, let's see what happens. It's going to be a little bit more boring, I would say, in terms of trading. But in terms of stuff happening, I still expect there to be some volatility. So, Loki. Oh, where you at? Where's Loki? Oh, he didn't get his toy. He got his bone thingamajigger. Want to say hi? Where's Loki at? I can't tell if he's going to get another toy or not. Super Bowl ads, I'm looking at it right now. They were horrible this year. Come here. Yeah, come here. Come here. Yeah, you can kind of... Oh, you guys can't see him at all. Loki, come here. Come here. Come on. Nope, he's running around. I don't have the patience for it. All right, let's get back to business over here. So as far as the stock market today, we were up a little bit. The Dow was up a little bit. The S&P was up a little bit. NASDAQ was up a little bit. Russell was up a little bit too. And the VIX was down a little bit. I think we can, that's fine. Nothing crazy here. As far as big news, nothing. 50 below, of course, Super Bowl 60, that's cool. But basically nothing was really happening here. It was a very boring day for my type of trades, and that was fine. There just wasn't much to do. There hasn't been much to do for me in my stocks for the last few weeks. And hey, Will, happy to see you. Or Will to the free, happy to see you. Hope you're doing well. It was a very boring day in the stocks. I was looking through all my portfolios this morning, kind of seeing, can I do a trade or something like that? Because I actually woke up around 8 o'clock today, about an hour and a half after the market opened, and there was nothing for me to trade. So I was just like, okie dokie. I made some leftover barbecue wings from yesterday and a hot dog, and I ate it. That's pretty much it. Now, in terms of everything else going on today, we do have the coinmarketcap.com. Nothing really. Like, Bitcoin's down a teeny bit. Ethereum is up a teeny bit. XRP's up a teeny bit. Everything is small, minor moves over the last 24 hours. And we've seen a lot of basic holding at these levels. And hey, Lisa, happy to see you here as well. Very, very boring. I know probably all the crypto traders were watching the Seahawks play as well, but just not much going on. And I guess, that's fine. If you look at Bitcoin's chart for like the last couple of days, what have we been doing? It's just been flat, right? It hasn't been great. But we'll come to that in a few seconds here. Now, as far as that new token portfolio we've been talking about, those 2 tokens that are moving, at least at this point in time, Sentient has come down the last 24 hours and the last 7 days. Seeker and Iris haven't really been doing anything today, but over the last 7 days, Seeker is in the run with Kite, as you can see, as some strong movers. So if you guys have been buying them since the last, I can't even remember when I told you guys to buy these. I think Kite was, it was only 6 days ago, so like a little over a week ago. Kite's been making money. Everything else we've just been kind of talking about as potentials. But these are the things that if Bitcoin's able to make a big move, these are where you guys could buy some small amount of investment, maybe turn into something large. But these are such high risk that you really don't have to do those large amounts of investments unless you have the money to burn, in which case, good for you. But maybe if you guys bet on the Seahawks, you guys have more money for gambling again in the high risk cryptocurrency markets. But Stock market, it was fine. You can see some things on like Amazon, Walmart, whatever. Technology services, Microsoft was up today a little bit. Meta was up a little bit. Palantir was up. App was up a little bit here. Apple was down. You know, a mixed, bro. You know, mixed across the board. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It was just okay. Crypto, it was fine. You know, Bitcoin's down a little bit, sure, but it's not like a terrible day. It was just unch. Here's where things get a little bit more choppy, I would have to say. And this is Bitcoin's chart. Let's do just a quick momentum. The monthly charts are already bearish. Don't even worry about them. The weekly charts are already bearish. Just want you guys to have that confirmation for what comes next. The daily charts right now are bullish. They are bullish. And so you're seeing a little bit of chop. But when I see this, I'm thinking, oh, can we see the 4-hour chart turn around a little bit more? And then we can have some good day trades on the horizon. But what's happening right now is we're actually having a bearish signal in terms of the chart. To me, that's saying the 4 hours bearish, the daily is bullish, the weekly is bearish, and the monthly is bearish. I don't really feel the need to be doing all too much right now. I wish I had some better news for you on this one, but you can see like we all have this slight uptrend right now, and it doesn't really necessarily look that great. Get out of that. Where we're just seeing this slight consolidation. And you could say there's like a couple levels of this. There's like this level of resistance over here. There you go. You can see a few different levels. For me right now, I think we could probably ignore this higher level and just focus on this consolidation pattern that's happening. Possibly, if we are able to hold over the next few hours, we may be able to see something of a crossover between the stochastic crossing over above the 50, the RSI crossing over below the 50, and us having a run to test out this next level of resistance, which happens to be around 71,641. That would be the play. I'd prefer to be buying it towards here below 70,000, maybe 69,500 or something like that, but it's still going to be a minute here. While we had the day trading set up for us this week, you know, we had the buy signal back over here, 8 o'clock on, what was that? Yeah, 8 o'clock over here. You could see it was actually probably put to 12 a.m. right over here. The day trades were actually working out very well for those next, 12, 14, 16 hours. They were working out very well. Ever since we plateaued over here, it was fine. The trades weren't as profitable, but they worked. And these trades, of course, worked as far as the 15-minute charts. It just hasn't been big, long-term, oh my God, we're making some really good money type of plays. It's just not, that's not what's happening right now. So I have to realize that. You guys have to realize that it's a boring time to be day trading. I will say this consolidation will break. This is just a 4-hour chart. This consolidation will break sometime tomorrow, and I think that's maybe when things come back up and they get spiced up a little bit, especially because if we're seeing the daily charts being bullish right now and we get some type of technical breakout on top of that, that'll make it a little bit more strength to some of our day trades on the bullish side if those 4-hour charts can get back to being bullish, along with those 4-hour crossovers, along with the daily charts also giving us some of those bullish moves, just so we can kind of see in other forms that the momentum is coming back up. Right now, I don't feel like I need to be hopping into this at all. The last trade I did for Bitcoin was like right over here. That was like Saturday. I was sitting by my computer. I had the big O chart over here. I just had the 4-hour chart. I was just waiting for it to turn bullish. Then I just had the 15-minute chart scattered on the screen. I was just like, I think I was playing video games over here. And I had a couple, I think it was weeks, or yeah, weeks in BYD5 charts up here, so I can trade Bitcoin and Ethereum side by side. And I was just waiting. And I think I only got like 2 signals the entire day. They both made me some good money because I traded with like 20x leverage, but like that was it. That was all the trading I was able to accomplish this week. And because Sunday Sunday was Super Bowl Sunday. I wasn't doing anything else at all. And hey Mo, hey OP Mary and Artistic, or at Static, excuse me. Hope you guys are all doing a good time. And hey JSP, excuse me. So I hate to say it, but for today, it's going to be very boring. We're consolidating. We're trying to make a move. Luckily, we'll be able to have a crossover here with the momentum that may give us a little bit of a jump. The last time we had a crossover, it led to a little bit of good momentum. The second time, a little bit here. Third time, a little bit over there. And so far, we'll see how great it can be. This one wasn't that great necessarily. By the time it happened, it was too late. But, I'm optimistic. If the daily is with us, even if the weekly is not with us, if the daily is with us and the 4 hours with us, I would still go long. Although I would only hold the trade for up to 3 days max for like high risk type of stuff. But we all know if it's just the deal in the 4 hour, you really don't need to hold it more than a few hours, like 8 hours, 12 hours max. And I think you could still make some profit. But like I said, for me, if I'm buying over here, if we dip a little bit more tonight because the 4 hour chart's bearish, we find a way to find support, hold. I will buy down here if the buy signal comes along with the 4 hour chart. And I'll probably aim for this level of resistance where you kind of see the body of the candles over here around like 71,000. And the peak where this level of this trend line is basically at 71,000. You know, that's what 70,900 to 71,700. Somewhere within that is where I'd prefer to close my trade. And if you have some leverage, I think it'll work out. Let's not say we're going to hit the bottom. Let's just say somewhere over here, like around 69,400. You know, that's like 2%. So with the 10x leverage, you're fine. 20x leverage, you're fine. 30x leverage, you're fine. You know, so it shouldn't be too big of a thing. But you know, for me, I gotta wait. I just have to wait. I don't see nothing that's like concise for me to say, oh yeah. In fact, I mean, I could see how we could break out tomorrow, but for my just sanity of how I like to trade, I'm not pushing anything right now. I'm being patient. On the other hand, here Ethereum is trying to break out above its 50, which leads me to be a little bit more bullish on Bitcoin itself. I'm waiting. I'm being patient. The bad thing is either way, it's either going to break down below the 20 or break above the 50. There's volatility there. Bitcoin, we're either going to break above, you know, break below the 20, which you can see the volatility there, and volatility there when we broke back out above it, that kind of huge swing, or we're going to break it above the 50, but the 50, it might not happen until tomorrow. So it's kind of a weird thing. You may see Ethereum get ready for it, but I'm still waiting for Bitcoin to give me that signal. And hey, OP Mary, everything's doing well for me right now. I'm just tired. I'm exhausted. I spent the whole day with the family yesterday. Then afterwards, I went out with some friends to smoke a cigar real fast, like an hour. Then I came back home. The Seahawks game drained everybody because like it was like an exciting game because I'm a Seahawks fan, but it was a boring game just in terms of like the offensive like powerhouse teams. Like, you know, like the Rams Seahawks game was absolutely out of this world. And that's why a lot of Seahawks fans, we were saying the Super Bowl really was the Seahawks versus the Rams because we just knew we were going to win against the Patriots. However, you know, a lot of kicks in the first half, nothing really happening with the the offense of the Patriots for a while here. So, and that Bad Bunny concert was freaking horrible. I almost fell asleep. I was just like, what the freak is this? My whole family was freaking out. It was so weird. And there was some weird dancers doing some stuff, and all the black ladies in my family were like, what the heck was that? And I was just like, I have no idea, because I'm the person in my family who has mixed with Hispanic heritage, right? So I'm like half Honduran, half Native. Like I'm Honduran Native American mix with which is basically 100 is Native American and Spanish mix. And then I'm black, right? Then I have some other stuff in there, sure. But they will ask me, I was like, I don't know what he's saying. That doesn't sound like normal Spanish that I learned growing up in Spanish school. So I was just like, it was a weird time. It was bad. It was bad. I thought it was a horrible thing. I know a lot of people watch that. There was like a contrasting one. I didn't watch that one. I didn't care to just like change the channel or anything like that. I was just like, the heck is this? And I just tuned it out. I just tuned it out completely. I think I went to go grab myself some more chicken wings or something. Because I've been dieting for so long. I was like, oh my God, I get to have brats today. I get to have chicken wings. I get to have cake today. I got to have a bunch of fruit. I don't normally have that much fruit. I had like a bunch of these little green bean things. Like I think they're like peas, like snap peas. Just get to chomp on them and eat them. Had a little bit of cauliflower. Oh my God, it was cucumbers. Oh gosh, it was just great. My grandparents got these big, massive fruit trays, and I was joking with my friend like this out of my tax bracket. Like I make good money, but I have never bought a fruit tray. Like you can't even fit in the camera. It's a massive fruit tray. It's meant for like a big party. And I was like, oh my God, it was great. But yeah, what do you call it? And hey, Sec, I'm happy you enjoyed the video. Oh, yeah, speaking of that, so I was kind of like doing some strategy stuff with YouTube, again, about like, with AI, about how to like make my channel better. And so what I did is, like, as of now, any news content that you guys see as far as me talking about like Trump RX or just some of the financial news that goes around, it's only going to be in short form content. You're not going to find it in long-term videos. So if you go over to my channel, normally you'd see a bunch of news videos mixed in with this stuff, but now the only videos you guys see, right, is trading strategy, like, you know, best moving averages, how to add moving averages, day trading strategy, simple moving averages. You go back over here, complete beginner's guide to crypto trading, Set up Lux Algo, smart money concepts, change cursor settings, Black Friday deal. That's important right there. And you know, I use a swing trading strategy, right? Um, so you're not gonna see any news videos. All of the news videos are going to be under shorts in the future. Okay, so I think the algorithm likes it more, and I've been noticing as soon as it's happened, a lot of my content has been getting more views. So I'm thinking the news content is just pissing off YouTube because it's not related to like trading, and I think my audience is built around trading. So get uh uh I get, you know, that makes sense. I hope. Um, should be interesting though. Oh, what am I talking about? I think I already have. Well, I already have it up here, don't I? Yeah, like this one, I did it, and you see how like it was kind of like plateauing here. It's starting to build back up a little bit, which is good. Some of it's coming from channel pages and stuff. I know it's hard to see. It's not like the video is making me a bunch of money, but you know, it's grinding. That's all I care about. I want to see more views, and the more people that view it from the main channel, like you know, YouTube understands. Oh, this person likes this type of content. Well, then I'll show it to other people who are have the same viewing habits as this person. So I think it'll work out. I've got like 13 subscribers from it. Only $5. I'll put that into some stock or something like that down the road. But it's working. And then you know you see all the other videos like the that's a members video, but like Trump XR explained, it's unlisted. All these things are unlisted. A lot of my content's been unlisted, so I can focus on that. This one is that's not its members. This one, it's not doing so hot. I spent like 33 minutes on this one, but I may repackage it and I'll see how it goes. I'll have to rewatch the video. Oh no, this was one of the ones where I started doing the PowerPoint presentations. I don't think people liked it, but I'm gonna keep on doing it because it's the easiest way for me. And I feel like for the people that need that specific stuff, I'll do that. You know, this is simple moving average day trading strategy. Maybe instead what I'll do is I'll actually just rename it, not day trading strategy that made me money or made me quit my job, whatever. I'll just say the simple moving average day trading strategy for beginners. Moving average trading strategy for beginners. I'll name it something like that, right? So you're gonna see a lot more stuff like that, I would say. But the stuff that I was able to make today, I was able to do a few PowerPoints, one or two or three. God, I did it in the morning when I was like more awake. I'm actually tired right now. Crashed. I was gonna fall asleep at 3 o'clock. You have no idea after eating like a couple chicken wings from last night. But I was like, if I fall asleep, I'm not gonna be able to stream with you guys today. So I I stayed awake. Yeah. So this is more of a general video. Most of you guys won't actually watch this one, but this is one of the videos I'm working on right now. How to start trading crypto in 2026, a complete beginner's guide. You know, just decision trade, that type of stuff, whatever, you know, costs that quietly destroy beginners, first 30-day plan, basic stuff. But the two other ones, these are stuff I think you guys will enjoy. So this one right here is called the swing trading permission diagram. You guys know how I gave you my personal trading strategy like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, whatever. This is like the diagram that kind of shows you, hey, monthly charters for this. Next up, we go to the swing trading, right? Is it swing trading good? Yes, that's now a trade signal. You guys can actually make a trade off of that. You can hold that for weeks. Next one is a day swing channels. No, wait for alignment. Yes, you have a trade signal. Now you can also do a trade off of that as well. You know, the 4-hour, no existing swings remain valid. Yes, that's a trade signal now for the 4-hour if it's going along with it. And the 4-hour trade allows add-on allows day trading, right? Does the 4-hour trade some momentum? Excuse me. So I've been able to kind of build that in there. Position, so like a full position, if everything's bullish, you have $1,000, you want to trade all of it. $1,000 represents whatever you want to trade. But if it's like everything's not aligned, it's kind of choppy, like right now, maybe you only want to invest 700. Maybe things like are really chaotic, but you just feel like you want to trade, you kind of have an itch for it. Then you do $500 because it's not a high risk. It's a higher risk trade than normal. You have to preserve your capital, especially if you're using leverage. And then there's no trade; it's just $0 because, of course, you're not making those trades. The rules that you have to follow, what the diagram enforces. And then there's the same version for that, starting with the 4-hour chart here for the day trading permission diagram. So looking at each box, what's happening, right? With these trades, with the 15-minute, you can hold them up for 48 hours. Is there a 15-minute entry signal, execution time frame? Yes, no. 4-hour gatekeeper? Yes, no. Higher time frame content? What's going on there with the monthly, weekly, daily? And then, of course, it kind of builds upon itself here with the K and the D and the crossovers. Decision report: yes, day trading is permitted. No trades are allowed. Wait for the 4-hour alignment. Do not proceed to lower time frames. And it talks about it's absolute gatekeeper, all that type of stuff here. Execute day trades, yada yada yada. I haven't finished this yet. I literally just made this like early this morning. These photos aren't going to be here. This is just photos that kind of topped in there. Normally when I do this, like that's not a photo I'm going to use. That's not going to photo I'm going to use. RLC, I like that coin, but it's not performing well. And that's not a photo I'm going to be using. Maybe I'll just use a better stop sign than that, but you get the point. And better photos than this one. But yeah, so those are the videos I'm going to be coming out with this week. It's going to be one about crypto trading for beginners, one about swing trading checklist, if you will, and then one for the day trading checklist, if you will. And I think that'll kind of help some of you guys out that just want to follow a very precise set of rules. And I think it's just good to have something that'll help you guys and that'll work while you also practice other stuff. And what one of you guys was commenting earlier in one of my videos, it was like you liked it, you appreciated it, but you might use it as a base for like more different types of strategies that you guys might be coming up with. I'm like, fantastic. If my strategy is a part of your more complex strategy, by all means, take it. It's out there for a reason. Right? Now, let me zoom out of here a little bit. There we go. Oh, and hey, Larry, happy to see my man. Where is BitBoy when we need him most? I haven't seen him in a minute, to be honest. I haven't seen him in a minute. I'll look him up here in a second. What are your top 2 EMA SMAs that you use routinely? I don't even really use EMAs and SMAs routinely. So my normal SMA is going to be 20, 50, 200. Maybe if you want to, you can just have the 100 if you're not going to do long swing trades. Like right now, it's a long swing trade type of environment because we're kind of choppy as we're going down with these whiplashes. EMAs, probably the 9, 21, and 50. It's just the basics. There's nothing like too much there. If you watch that video, like it'll tell you more precise things, but I'm a swing trader by trade, so my settings aren't like that out of whack, right? But if you go back to Gamma AI, not Gamma. There you go, Gamma AI. And then I go over here to moving average crossover. So the way SMA 20, 50, 200. Which one is it? Institutional blueprint. There's a few of these I did. Yeah, so there's the 20, 50, 200, there's the 50, 100, 200, there's the 9, 21, 50, there's the 20, 100, the EMA is the 8, 21, 55, the 20, 50, 200, the DEMA is the 9, 21. But you can see how this is only for the 1 minute and the 3 minute charts, right? Oh, and 5 minute charts. There's a little bit of a lag. The DEMA is only 21.5 and 21 and 50. Right, this is best on using the 5 minute, 15 minute time frames. The TEMA is 9 and 21. The 1 minute and 5 minute charts, the TEMA is the 21.55. This one is best used on the 5 minute, 15 and 1 hour charts, right? So it's more of a time frame thing. I myself prefer to trade on 4-hour charts, daily charts, and weekly charts. That's where I kill it in the markets. I like to hold for a few days, relax, put my feet up, and trade, and kind of just be mindful of what's happening around the news. But, for those of you guys like to day trade, and that's why I built in that 15-minute strategy for my day trades, you can also go with the 4-hour rule. That 4-hour unlocks the day trading. Once the 4-hour chart's good, then you can trade on the 15-minute or the 5-minute charts. But primarily for most people, 15-minute charts is good. The only thing is TradingView allows 2 indicators. I feel like I need to upgrade. Yeah, it can be a pain in the butt, especially if you're trading with Bitcoin. But if like, for example, if I do I have one over here? Yeah, okay. So here's weeks, right? Let me see if I can pull this up right here. I did a copy trade thing on this. I'm testing out their copy trading. This isn't my formal account at this point. I think this account goes under what? Momentum trading. Yeah, I'm testing out something for them. But if I go over here to futures, oh yeah, it's like I'm testing some trades out for them. I'm trying to how would I explain it? That I was talking to them yesterday. They're out in Turkey right now doing some fun stuff for some conference. Um, I'm trying to help them like redesign this thing. Can you guys see my mouse? Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong account. Yeah, to make it a little bit easier. Not like redesign the entire thing, but I'm some people are having trouble when it comes to like putting $500 and understanding if they're investing $500 at a leverage of 10, or if their total trade is the amount of $500 with the leverage of 10. Which means, are they trading $50 with the 10x leverage, or if they're trading $500 with the 10x leverage, which is $5,000. There's a same thing with BYD. There's a some exchanges use it differently, and so I'm trying to help them like label it better. But forget about it. If you were to go over the weeks, let me get rid of volume because I don't use volume in my trades. You know, indicators. You could add an RSI, a stochastic, and I mean, really, that's all you need. But let's say you wanted to have like an MA, you could add a moving average, 2 moving averages, 3 moving averages, and you could have the full thing in here. And this is TradingView. They have another one on weeks that's called Basic. I mean, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I don't think it's bad. I prefer TradingView, but you'll have that same one in there. Where's my BYD one here? This is my personal one. I think I can show this. All right. Excuse me. Let me go over here to futures. There you go. Now, as you can tell, I don't actually use any of this because I have a TradingView chart right here, so I don't have to like look at this. But same concept here. Oh, I'm guessing I have to be zoomed out to actually get rid of this stuff. That sucks. Where is the lip? Oh, it's on my basic version. That's why. There you go. Go to TradingView, get rid of it. All right, and then same thing. Go to indicators right here. If it lets me. Where are the indicators for this one? I feel like I clicked on something I shouldn't have. I'm wearing contacts, but it's not doing me much good right now. Refresh. Oh, there it is. Yeah, sorry. RSI. Stochastic. Moving average. 1, 2, 3. And boom. Now you have a lot more stuff on there. But let's say you just want to add on a MACD, right? Now you got 3. Exchanges often have much better stuff than TradingView, so don't be afraid to use one. The only thing is you just have to push this little button that says like full screen, and now you have a chart. You can always go over here to this little setting right there, and it's like the same basic settings as TradingView. So you can be like, oh yeah, I want the canvas to be a certain type. I want the text to be a little bit larger. I can't read that shit, Go okay, and it opens it up. Just little hack, so you don't got to spend money on TradingView if you don't want to. I don't really talk about it too much because I don't know exactly what exchanges you guys use. Not every exchange has that kind of built in, but most exchanges have TradingView these days, which is pretty good. So if I want to make a trade, I can go over here, do this stuff. It's kind of zoomed in quite a bit, but you can kind of see how it's worked out. And what I've been doing, I try to keep at least $5,000 in this trading account in case I see anything special. But that's more meant for swing trading. Weeks is more meant for day trading, just because the way they give me fees, deals, and stuff like that, being an influencer. Okay, let's go back to this very fast. Let's drop that down so I don't lose it later on. You were talking about DEMAs. So when it comes to moving averages, there's really four moving averages that most people are going to use, and it's really just the main two. So the first one is going to be your simple moving averages or just moving averages. Your second one is going to be called exponential moving averages, right? So instead of every candle being equally weighted like there it is in the simple moving averages, the ones at the more recent, closest to the current time, right? Those are weighted a little bit more heavily. Well, then after that, you have the double exponential moving average. That's the DEMAs. That means the closer candles to like where the current price action is, they're even more heavily weighted, so it's less lag. Then you have TEMAs, which are triple exponential moving averages, and those move a lot faster. There's a lot more heavily weighted toward the more recent price action. They're good for certain things. They're good for certain time frames. A lot of people use them. For example, like, let me see. Can I go over here and just... yeah, that's fine. Okay. Let's hide those moving averages. Let's just add a TEMA on here. See, it says triple EMA 1, 2. This one was the 21.5. This one's 921. This. I guess most of you guys like day trading, right? 921. Let's keep this blue so it's like the larger time frame. That's how my brain normally works. And this one can be the green one. So, you know, green over blue is bullish. Go to a 5-minute chart. Crossover right there worked out pretty well. Close but no oh no, there was a crossover right here. Crossover right there that didn't work out. The crossover downward worked out. This crossover right here worked out. That crossover worked out. This crossover worked out. That crossover worked out. That crossover there worked out for a little bit. This is more of a scalping play, right? That crossover didn't really do much, but it went down temporarily. That crossover worked out. That crossover didn't run into old level of resistance. That crossover worked out. So there's no crossover. That crossover went okay. That crossover worked out. That crossover worked out. That crossover worked out. These are really short scalps. It's really imperative that you understand where your levels of resistance and stuff are at, though. It's a whole different ball game. Even I think you can use this for the 1-minute chart, though, too, can't you? Yeah. Like the 1-minute chart here. Alright, little crossover right there at the bottom. Just kind of helps you find some minor reversals. You know, there's some crossovers on the other side here. But what I typically want to do is... I typically want to have an understanding of what the momentum is before I start using this. So if I'm looking at this, I prefer that the 4-hour and the 1-hour charts are going in the intended direction. So I might follow all of the bearish trades if it's a bearish kind of vibe momentum, or I might follow the bullish signals if it's a bullish type of momentum I'm seeing on the slightly higher time frames. I don't care about the daily at the 1-minute chart, or I don't care about the weekly or anything like that. I probably care about the 1-hour and the 4-hour, and primarily probably the 1-hour at this point. But I'd say the 4-hour is still something to have in the back of your mind, if you will. And then of course the other one is 21.55. So you could go over here and do 21. That'll overlap for a second, and then 55 for the TEMAs. And you guys know me, I like a little bit more lag. So there's a crossover there. There's a crossover there. Crossover here. Crossover there didn't work out. Crossover here didn't really work out. Crossover there didn't really work out. No, fine. Crossover there worked out. Crossover here didn't work out. Oh, that one worked out. This one didn't work out really. And on and on and on. Which is why I think it's important to kind of have like an overall vibe of what's happening. So even though I'm on, like, let's say I'm on a 5-minute chart here. See the crossover, the crossover, the crossover right there. Maybe I have a RSI. Oh, actually, better yet, let me just get rid of this. Okay. And I have this fine-tuned for the 1-hour chart. Right. So now that I know during this time, I'm not really expected to trade too much after 435 because it's a little bit too choppy. But back over here, we were having a bullish crossover on the 1 hour chart. So when I see us having some momentum, I could have some fun with that, especially because the 5 hour chart's doing good. Once I put this over here, I'm looking for 1 and 5 minute crossover signals to have some fun. So bullish crossover signal right there. Took a little bit of time, ran up to that next level of resistance there. Next crossover, ran up into that next level of resistance right there. Missed this one because there was no crossover. There's a crossover here. You don't care about it because we're bullish right now. Crossover right here. You're buying right there post breakout, which is fine. It consolidates for a while. You come up and you kind of actually have to see if there's any resistance. So if you're buying the crossover here, that's hard because you're running up against a level of resistance. If you want to hold past that, you can see you hit the next level of resistance, and then so forth. But yeah, lots of different ways of doing it. Your brain just has to calculate all that. Like, oh yeah, I'm looking at a 1 hour RSI, but the candle chart itself is a 1 minute chart or something like that. You know what I mean? It's a weird vibe to have to think about. But I think it works pretty well overall. Let's see. Let me see what's happening right here. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, a friend hit me up saying he is going to the gym if I wanted to join him, but I don't think I can today. There we go. You can't rock with the fast action on scalping like swing trading at 9 to 5. Yeah, no, trust me, I get it. I train on a 9 to 5 schedule, so that's why I'm normally a swing trader as well. Do I ever play earnings, or is that purely gambling? It's not necessarily gambling. It just requires a lot of research ahead of time, and it's just too much risk for me to get around. Yeah, it's just usually too much risk. It's more of like in craps, you can put money on certain numbers, the big numbers, but on the side and the middle of the table, there are these like really high risk numbers where you have some extra cash and you don't have enough for a full bet, but you just want to put it into the market or put it into the gambling, the table game. I'll put it over here. It's a high risk, high reward type of environment, and that's kind of how I think about with earnings. Like, I'm not going to put in the time to do a lot of fundamental analysis, even with AI. I'm not going to do it. I'm just not going to do it. So, I could put some money into it, like an options play, but since I know it's high risk, it's just not going to be a lot of money. So if it turns out being a big gainer, oh my God, I'm so happy. If I lose it, I'm like, oh, that sucks, but you know what? I'll probably have a little bit more money to throw that way down the road, right? And at the end of the day, that loss still goes towards your taxes to kind of help you out. But sometimes the big win could be the big win. The last time I think I played earnings and I had like a really great time afterwards, it was years ago. I mean, that's how long ago it was. I really like heavily played earnings. And it was because I had this, there was a company out there that, there was this company out there and they made, quality computer gear for gamers. And I believe it was called Blue Turtle. Is that what it was called? Turtle Beach. Yeah, right. And here's the 4 hour. It's at $12 right now. But I'm talking about like 2021 or something like that. It was a long time ago. Was it back over here in 2018? Oh, it might have been. It was before I had my YouTube channel. Yeah, because it was back when I used StockTwits, and that was back in 2018. Yeah, it was back. Yeah, so I played at earnings right here, and the only reason I did it was because I saw a dip going into it, and it had been running up so hard. I saw a lot of people buying into it, and you saw a little bit of news post the stock split, like they were doing this because they knew they had good news coming out, right? And I pretty much like did some options right here, sold right here. It kept on running, but I was so happy I just took my money and ran because I was living in Montana at the time, and I needed so much money to be in Montana. Like, Montana is not a place you can have a good job while in college. Like it's like the shittiest jobs. Like you're working at a Macy's or something. Which for me is horrible because I don't like people. Yeah, I should have been a bartender or something, honestly, while I was over there. But yeah, it was a long, long time ago since I was playing earnings like that. Surprised I even know the name. Like I used to play this company. I think it's just called Ships. Yeah, Top Ships. Yeah, I played this really well back in the day. This was back. Oh my god, I think this was like 2016. It's back when iPhones were obnoxiously round. I mean, you can see how many splits they've had and how fast they've come down, but I think it was wasn't there a spike somewhere in here? Oh god. Somewhere in here there was a wonderful short squeeze, and I think it was somewhere in all this chaos. Because I think like if I were to say short squeeze from there to there these 2 months, like let's just say I bought right here. Yeah, it's like a 352%. Yeah, I had a good short squeeze around there. But that was basically it. A little bit too much high risk for me nowadays. That's back when I was straight up gambling in the market. You know what I mean? Like, oh my god, all these people are talking about. You know how when you first get into the market, you're like, oh yeah, this person says this thing's gonna go up, and like looking at it, like, oh okay, this guy seems like he knows what he's talking about. He has a lot of followers on StockTwits, and then boom, it just kind of falls and breaks down. You know? Yeah, I don't do that no more. But like many of you, I did at the beginning. I sure did. I was looking for that easy money like everybody else, and I was like 22, 23 maybe or something at the time. I was like, I need to make money now. Let's go for that high risk meme coin, or that not meme coin, high risk penny stock. Wasn't even in crypto back then as far as like the meme stuff. I only got into that like 2020 or something like that, 2019. Before that, I was just like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. You know what I mean? Not even XRP yet. Not too hot, which is good. But okay, everybody, I'm going to call it a night here. Bitcoin's going to be kind of boring for a little bit. Look for some consolidation. I think we may have a little bit more of a breakout coming up tomorrow, which is like literally like a few more candles from now, so not too long here. But I'm not going to be trading right now. I'm going to wait for a little bit more of some bullish indicators to kind of flow our way. Basically, I want that momentum to be on our side for some day trading. Right now, the chop, right? The chop we're seeing here with the bullish RSI and the bearish stochastic, to me that means no day trading, no fun, no excitement. The fun right now is for those who are who are looking at the momentum on the daily chart shifting upwards, waiting for a breakout above the 50, and they want to buy right now in order to play that breakout that should happen sometime tomorrow, with a short-term stop loss probably of around either 68,350 or 67,193. That's the way you'd be playing it right now if you're not going off of momentum alone. You're kind of looking at just the daily momentum. That's the way you'd be playing it. I get it. I see it. It's just not my way of trading, so I'm not doing it. But I think some of you guys may get a kick out of it if you guys are able to get in on that particular type of trade. All right. So we'll see you guys a little bit later. I'm going to go let Loki out, and I'm going to take a little bit of a break. My voice is already cackling up here from talking too much the last few days. So see you guys a little bit.